title, it is yet another video on one of my GCSE art books. And today I am doing my Year 10 one. Not gonna lie, this is the worst out of the three in my opinion, because obviously it was the first book that I'd done and I was still experimenting. But either way, I hope you still enjoy. If you did miss the first couple of videos, then I'll just let you know now that I got full UMS in my GCSE art. I got 200 out of 200 and a lot of hours went into these books. And if you want me to upload another video perhaps on how to actually get those marks, then don't forget to drop a comment down below and I will see what I can do about that. Yeah, so let's just get straight into my Year 10 book and I hope you get some inspiration from it or at least enjoy the art. So let's go! This is my Year 10 book. Yeah, so name, interior, exterior was the theme. The background is just a sort of turquoisey blue color, and then I've got these purple drips coming from the bottom of the page up. Yeah, so turning the page, we have here a word mind map, and if you'd watched my other videos, you know that the other two books were actually visual mind maps because I think they sort of work better because no one can be bothered to read through all these to try and figure out what you want to do. Here I've got structure, nature, mechanisms, and trapped. So they're just lots of different words there relating to those four main themes. Turning the page, we have then a visual mind map, but it's still got some writing in between. And I decided to go into trapped. So I got small spaces, the mind, tied up, and cages. And then my initial intentions page. So this is my possible themes. So we've got like these pictures here. Kind of creepy, I'm not gonna lie. So here, these are my photos. So I sort of tied my teddy bear up in rope. Again, quite creepy, sinister. Put some Glad wrap over this little sort of metal teddy bear. Next, we have recording visually. Just got the teddy bear here. I drew that in, what do you call them? What do you call this stuff? I keep forgetting what you call this stuff. Just sort of black and white charcoal-y kind of pencils. What do you call that? Someone tell me what you call that. I don't know why I've forgotten now. I think I'm having a mind blank, but someone comment down below what you call that. And then here I've used ink to draw that little teddy bear there. Then I've got some paint. I've got white on black paper and then black on white paper, and that's just acrylics. Next, we have this doll. I also covered in Glad wrap, a little bit creepy, and then just drew that on canvas and pen. Here I have drawn the bear in Glad wrap in pencil, and then this is just an oil pastel, and this is really bad. You can definitely tell this is my Year 10 book in comparison to my other books. So if you want a better version of a A-star GCSE art book, go click on those videos, which I will leave links to at the end of this video. So this is my first ever large scale of art GCSE, and I've just basically done this teddy bear using graphite and pencil on emulsion. That's the actual like picture of the final piece. It's quite big. Then next we have large scale number 2, which is actually done with bleach. So what we did is we had like this black paper, and then we used bleach to draw, and then to make it a bit more defined and detailed, because bleach is kind of hard to control, we then went in over after and we just used oil pastel to give it more definition. Next we have this page here, which I think is quite cool. It's basically a massive drawing of that doll wrapped in Glad wrap. However, I've used different sort of media. So here I've got my watercolors segment. Then here I've just drawn in pen, so just black ballpoint pen. Here I've just got colored pencils, so I've made it really kind of contrasting. And then here I've just got drawn in normal pencil. Next we have monochromatic studies. So I've just done them in black and white. So this is watercolor, and then this is done in acrylics, and I've used some white there as well to give some highlights. And these are some tests of using the watercolor and then the acrylics to see which one I like better. Next I have an artist study. So I've just kind of tried to copy him here. That is oil pastel on top of tape. This is some weird kind of pencil, and I've also scratched out on black paper to try and give it that sort of etchy feeling. Here I really don't know what that is. That's again that weird pencil stuff that I keep forgetting the name of. Here, those pencils again. And here I have drawn on cardboard with a blue biro, and I have tried to sort of copy the look of this photo. And then I've got a copy of the hands here, just drawn in black ballpoint pen. Next, now I live in Dubai, and we have this place called Bastakia, and literally if you live in Dubai, you go to this place about 6 times in your school life, possibly more, on school trips. And this is also where they took us for our art school trip, and we basically just went there to take sort of some cool photos to give us some inspiration. So I've got this little drop down thing here of some of the photos that I've taken, and basically these are just some drawings from that. So here I've actually used colored sand. I don't know really where I got that from. Then here we just have some white pencil on a black background. I cut the door out and I drew it back in. Then we have this thing always falls, it's so annoying. Then, you know, another page on the trip response. So here I've tried to copy the anchors and stuff. This is a panorama that I took because my phone takes panoramas. I cut this out of this photo and I drew back in the rope there. I think that actually turned out quite well. This is a copy of that boat there, and this is a copy of that boat there. And that's actually drawn in Tipp-Ex, I think. Next, we have ochre on tissue paper. Now, ochre is obviously the color, so we just basically stuck some tissue paper down on some other paper, painted over it with an ochre acrylic color, watered down, drew over it with black oil pastel, then went over that with some watercolor, I think it was. Maybe it might have been watered down acrylic. And then this is sort of a large version of that. Next, we have exploring color. And I quite like this page. I like bright things. So we've got some different ways of painting these different colors, just straight up and down. This sort of looks like the ocean, fire, etc. The color wheel saying what's complementary, etc. And these are basically rainbows using different media. And I think this looks quite cool actually. So obviously this one's watercolor, colored pencils, felt tip pens, oil pastel, acrylic, and then acrylic stipples. And then over here, I don't really know what I did. I just did two different color palettes there on cardboard. Next, I have a Doodle My Mind page. These are sort of mind maps to do with Trapped. So we got different media that I could use and different drawing ideas. These are some doodle ideas from the internet, and these are the actual ones that I did. So up here we actually just have a doodle with like sort of like a rainbow background, a girl screaming, tunnel. This coffin actually opens, kind of creepy. This has actual like glad wrap on top of it. I don't really know what that is. That's sort of just a weird like land thing that I just came up with. Chain, obviously. Tree, I don't really know what that has to, oh, I guess it's sort of wrapped up. I was about to say, I don't know what it has to do with being trapped, but yeah. A mountain, I guess that's sort of opposing the idea of being trapped. Ropes, a hand coming out between some tin foil, an eye that says help in the middle of it, and a timer which says trapped in time. Next, now this is sort of planning for another one of my large scales. That's how it actually turned out. As I said in other videos, I will show you guys my large scales, so don't forget to subscribe to stick around to see what they are. So here I've tried two different color schemes. So I've done the sort of warmer color scheme, and as you can tell, I actually went with this one, and that's done in oil paints. Then here I have reflecting on my intentions page. So that's obviously sort of the theme that I went with, the whole trapped theme. And then I've just taken some new photos. I don't really know why my teacher got me to do this, but these are sort of some objects around the house, which I actually ended up using in my exam piece in year 11. So yeah, anyway, next, this is always starting a new theme. Again, I have no idea really why this is done, but yeah, so that's basically drawn in that charcoal stuff again. On emulsion, this is just drawn in pencil, obviously a copy of that. This is drawn in ballpoint pen on top of some tape. Then here we've got some actual like textural examples. So this whole pot thing, this is tinfoil, this is bubble wrap. These are socks. I don't even ask, I don't know, they're socks. This is rope, and this is some tissue paper up here. I think that's a cotton ball, so yeah. Then here, I've tried drawing with different media on some different kind of papers, so on tissue paper. As you can tell, I've used quite a lot of this crumpled paper. It just sort of gives it a bit more interesting texture. And these are actually like 3D. Like, this is why this book is so thick. It's because these are like actual like mini sculptures. Then this is process page showing the two different ways. So this one was done with some sort of pulp to actually build up the sculpture, and then this was done with some mud rock. But that's the end of that book. And there you go, guys. That was my Year 10 GCSE art book. I hope you guys enjoyed. As I said before, it's not as good as my Year 11 books, so don't forget to go over and have a look at those if you haven't already. I will link them at the end of this video, so just go ahead and click on that. And as I said before, I will try to be posting some videos on how to actually get full UMS and what the examiners are looking for. So don't forget to subscribe, stick around to see that. Hopefully it'll help you out with your art GCSE. And I will see you guys soon in the next video. Don't forget to drop a like down below. Comment if you have any other video suggestions. But yeah, so I will see you in the next video. And yeah, bye guys!